Hello everyone, I hope you are doing good and safe at your homes. In my previous videos, I have covered the migration of customer data center to AWS cloud using various AWS services like Migration Hub, Application Discovery, Application Migration Service. So in this video, I'm going to cover migration from Microsoft Azure cloud. So here I am covering a different type of operating system. So here it was most Linux operating system that was deployed. So in this I am covering a Windows server, and just this will cover how to install agent on Windows. So you will get idea how to cover Windows server as well. So here I have installed Windows server, and plus I have enabled a web server on that, so that we can test a sort of application server to migrate to AWS. So I hope you understand the concept. So I'm directly pitching into a web server, Windows web server. I have already created a server on Azure. So in case you want to understand how to create a server, how to connect to a server, and how to create web server on that, you can watch my previous videos. But here I'm just starting from directly from the server, so that we can concentrate more on our migration concept. So I hope you understand the basic thing. So in this for moving forward, so we will install application discovery agent on the Windows server, and then we will gather the data and then discover the data. So it's this process is almost same as previous ones, just I want to make sure. In the next, then we will migrate the workload. So it's similar like what we did before, installing the agent, just a different way of installing the agent on the Windows server, but rest is same. We will launch the test instance cutover, and all these things. So let's move forward and go to Azure console. So I am into my Azure console. So here I have already created one machine, and this is Windows machine. So on this I have installed web server, which is published over internet. So Azure Windows web server is being published. So next step is, let's go to instructions and install our application discovery agent on this. So I hope you remember this file. This file is containing all the instructions for migration for installing the agent. So this previous one is for Linux one, for Linux operating system, and this one for Windows. I am updating it. So let's open this link and install the application discovery agent. So this is the server that is created on Azure. So, and I have enabled web server on this. So this is a web server, and page is published over the internet. I have already shown you. So let's install the application discovery agent on this. So open the Internet Explorer. So in case you face some problems in this to download any software for testing purposes, so go to server manager and disable these security settings for some time. So going here, go to local server, and here you will see enhanced settings, security settings. So it is off currently now. I have made it off. So just click on it. If it is on, just make it off, so that you can download the softwares and later you can again enable it. So let's download the software. Control V, enter. So let's save this application discovery agent, save it on the desktop. It's running some security scans. Okay, not a problem. So this is done. So run as administrator. Sorry, we have to run the command in the command line. So I hope you remember this file. So this file is created for all those commands. So I have mentioned these commands. So we will install the agent from here. So we have downloaded the agent already. So let's install the agent. So let's copy this command and go to our server. So here we have ran this command as this command prompt as administrator. So this we have downloaded this agent on the desktop. So let's run this command. So I have selected our region and the keys that are there. So let's install it. Enter. So this will install. I agree, install. So this will install the AWS Discovery Agent. So I removed that quiet so that this can be seen. So let's see. I hope this should be seen in the services also. So it should be running. Let's verify that. Let's refresh this. So AWS Discovery Agent, yes, this is running. So you need to verify, okay, it's running. So I hope you understand the concept of installing application discovery agent on the Windows server. So that can be made quiet also. So, but if you want to see how it is installing, so you can remove that option. So this will take some time until, so for the time being, we can, so let's install application migration agent on the server, Windows server. So let's go to our commands. So either you can keep this quiet one or you can remove it if you want to see it and ensure that agent is running in services. So let's go to our application migration service. So here I have updated the commands for Windows. So let's copy this and run the agent on the Windows server. So let's go to our server. So this is our web server, Windows web server on Azure. So let's download the agent, copy it, open Internet Explorer and save this file. Save as desktop. So this has been completed. Let's close this and right click, run as administrator. So this has started. So now the process is same. This will ask for region as we did in our Linux machines. So let's copy this region. Let's put the key ID of our the user that we created for migration. So let's copy these keys. Let's copy the access secret key. Yes, so now it is showing the drives. So let's select C drive only. So for testing purpose, we can select C drive only. So it's 28 gig. So this will take some time. So until it will appear in our application migration console. So, but this is the process how the agent is being installed on the server and on Windows server, and then it will start replication. So it's installing the replication agent onto the source server, and after some time the replication will start. So installing the AWS replication agent onto the source server. So I'll pause this video for the time being, and once this agent appears in the application migration server. Okay, guys, to continue our migration from Azure to AWS Cloud. So it took almost 2-3 hours for replication of the server of 128 GB. So I am into the our migration hub. So here, if we go to our data collectors and agents, So our Windows Azure machine, it's still collecting the data, and it's running successfully. And if we go to the servers, so there also now it has replicated completely. So let's find our machine. So Windows Azure machine. So here it has collected all data, and migration is still in progress. And so you can see all those details are there, number of cores, similarly as we done before. So not much difference. Only difference is how to install the the agents on Windows Server. That was my one perspective, and another is how to migrate from Azure. So it has all the performance data also, so CPU usage and average, maximum. So all those details are being shared over here, IOPS, kbps, and RAM, so minimum, average. So all those details are there. So also if we see the network also, so if you remember, we have opened 2 ports on this server. So if we select this server, yes, so you can see Windows 2019 data center, and 3389 port is allowed on this. So you can see we can get all that required network service, network information also. So all those details are here also. So I hope you get the idea what this is: data discovery, application discovery agent, all that information that is collected. So let's go to our application migration service. So there also, since I have already told you that this takes a lot of time to migrate from Azure. So if you have all the time, then you can do that. So here it has successfully completed the initial replication is finished of total replication of 128 GB, and now also I have tested it, so it was ready for testing once the replication was finished, and I have launched the test application also. So I selected it and I have launched the, similarly as we did in our previous migration also, the so procedure is same. So I have launched the test instance also. So for this, because if you do that way, this will take another 30 minutes. So to cut it short, to make this video short, so I have done that. So it was ready for testing. I have launched the test instance, so test is in progress, and instance is also ready. So if we go to the instance details, so this is the instance. So Windows Azure Mac. Also, I have edited the launch settings also of this server. So if we go to our launch settings, so as per our previous settings, I have made the changes. So I have changed the template ID, the instance type, and the storage type to GP3, the security group in which needs to be launched, in which subnet. So all these details were updated, and I modified the launch template and change the version as we did before in that case also. So I hope you remember those steps, and I need not to show that all those in detail. So if we go to instance details, so this is launched in target VPC and target private subnet. So if we go to our machine, so this is the launch and the source server that is running on Azure. So if we check the local local host, so we can see Azure Windows Web Server migration in progress. And if we test the public IP of this machine, let's test the public IP of this machine. Let's go to Azure portal. So this is Azure portal. So if we test, if we test this one, so we will get that same page. So I have migrated this instance on AWS, and for testing the same page, so I have attached the Elastic IP and also enabled the internet for this VPC. So if you want to test that, I hope you have clarification about how to enable internet and added the routes on that, and attach internet gateway so that we can have access from internet. So I have attached elastic IP to this and enabled internet access using internet gateway and opened the ports from internet. I have enabled the ports from internet HTTP port so that I can access this page from internet. So if I go to that one, so if I access this one, so same page, but this is the elastic IP of AWS. This is the elastic IP that we attached on AWS. So now we can see we have one Azure, one server is running in Azure. Just for clarification, let me define that. So same web server that we created, and we assigned public IP and published the web page over the internet. So with Azure public IP, we are able to access it. And using application migration service, we migrated to this AWS. We did all that ADS also, application migration service, and migrated this server to Azure. To AWS, and assigned this elastic IP to this one, to this instance, and accessed it over the internet using the same elastic IP of AWS. And we are able to see this page over the internet. So that's how we performed testing of this server and how it worked. So I hope things are more clear now. So this is testing in progress. So we attached one public IP to this newly launched instance, and we tested the public web page over the same server. So this is how testing is performed now. Both servers are in sync, both the data is same. So we can now perform the cutover and all those things that are required for further to launch the cutover instance and all those details. So that can be done now. So if we go to our application migration, so currently test has been performed. So next is ready for cutover. So if we select that and ready for cutover, then ready for cutover and mark as ready for cutover, and then launch cutover instances. So it's similar to that only. So once we launch this one, then we will shut down the original server and move all the traffic, make the changes of the elastic IP in the DNS, in the public DNS, and all that traffic will be moved to this server. So that's how it is done. I hope you do not require this, because if we launch cutover instance, that will take another 30 minutes because of the size of the server. So that will make video quite lengthy. But concept is same as we did before in our migration architecture that we launched from Bastion host, but it's similar. So here I just want to show that from Azure, I migrated to AWS and performed the testing. So just to clarify it. So I hope you have clear understanding how we migrated it. So let's get back to our presentation where I can clarify more. So this is our reference migration architecture. So here I just want to clarify diagrammatically. So in the first part, we migrated this from on-premises, and customer was also having some servers on Azure that needs to be migrated to AWS. So in this case, I migrated this Windows web server as I described before, and migrated over to this one, created a server over here using application migration service, analyzed the data using application discovery, discovered the data using application discovery service, and analyzed the data using migration hub. So once instance was launched, then we test the server using elastic IP by attaching it and access the web page over the internet. So, and we perform the testing. And so what we were able to access over here, we were able to access from this machine also. Now, after finalizing the cutover, we will shut down this machine, shut down it, and all the traffic will be moved to this machine. So I hope that clarifies how another use case, how we migrated from Azure, installing the agent and getting all that information. But this is a lot of time consuming. Just want to use another use case and add to your knowledge how to migrate from Azure, create a service and move it to it. So next step is that uh, so we need to shut down the server that is running on Azure. So shut down the server and so let's go to Azure server. Sorry. Yeah, this one. So this is the Azure server, Windows server that we created. So let's shut down this, and since all the traffic has been moved to it, and we can shut down it. So this has been completed. We have shut down this server. So our migration is complete from Azure to AWS. So another very important thing is that since our demo is complete, so don't forget to remove the server from Azure. So if we go to our Azure instances, Azure Cloud. So if we go to our Azure machine, so don't forget to remove this. This is very important so that you should not be charged, because once you migrate the data also, you will be charged for that also. So just don't forget to delete this instance. Either go to, let's go to the resource group, go to home, the resource group, and delete all the things that are there in this. So click on delete and confirm yes, delete. So this will delete all those required components that are created it. So I hope things are clear, and I hope you gathered information how to migrate server from Azure to Windows, Windows server from Azure to AWS. So thank you for watching the video. In case you have any queries, don't hesitate to ping me. So thanks for watching this video. See you in another video.